Hey, this is Mr. Ward. I'm going to do a key for Do Now 18.2 for pre-algebra. So what are the factors of 16? Well, there are a lot of ways you could answer this, but at the very basic level, it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Those are the factors of 16. And if we took one of the 4 equal factors of 16, what would we have? Well, there are 4, so I take one of them. That's simply 2. Okay, don't overthink that one. If we had 5 factors that were all the same and needed to get their product, what would be a shorthand way to show that? For example, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So 5 factors. So a way to show that I have 5 factors is, and I'll use the example of 3, or I'll just say the factor, and we would raise it to the 5th power. We could use an exponent. Okay, when I don't have the ability to format things, I'm going to use this to show an exponent. So if I went to 3 to the 5th power, I'm going to use 3, and then there's this little symbol that's called a caret. And then I will put a 5 there. And what that tells me is that is 3 factors, or 5 factors of 3. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so this is a little modifier that tells me that I'm going to use 3 as a factor 5 times. So if an exponent tells us how many factors we would be using, what would a negative exponent be telling us? Well, negatives are opposites. So what's the opposite of a factor? Factors are one of the components of multiplication. It's the thing that operates on each other. So we want to think about the opposite of multiplication, which is division. Okay, so since the opposite of multiplication is division, we would, okay, let me restate that. A negative exponent would be telling us how many times to use something as a divisor. Okay, so we're going to be dividing instead of multiplying. That is it for the content questions. Obviously, there's a little bit of data to still collect, and someone may need to finish doing some write-ups. So a little bit of class will be devoted to that, but I want us to focus on the new unit of exponents. Maybe we can rotate a bit on that so that everyone gets what they need. Don't forget to hit submit.